Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Olivia. We're so glad you're here. Let me ask you something. Which sentence sounds natural? I watched an interesting article this morning. I looked an interesting article this morning. Or I saw an interesting article this morning. If you're unsure, don't worry. This is one of the most common mistakes English learners make.
Exactly. And the tricky part is that look, see, and watch all relate to your eyes. So many learners think they're interchangeable, but native speakers use them very differently.
The good news? There's one simple rule that makes everything easier. Once you understand it, you'll stop guessing and start speaking naturally.
And today, we'll show you that rule using real-world examples from work, travel, social media, and everyday conversations. Stay until the end because we'll give you a quick test that native speakers would get right instantly.
Let's start with look. The easiest way to remember it is this. Look is intentional. You actively direct your attention somewhere. You choose to focus.
Listen to these examples. Take a look at the revised proposal before tomorrow's meeting. Look at how quickly consumer behavior changed after the price increase. Have you looked at the comments under that video? Notice the pattern. Someone is intentionally focusing on something. Nothing is being noticed accidentally.
And here's a native speaker habit. We often say, look at, take a look at, or have a look at. You'll hear these expressions constantly in professional and everyday conversations.
Quick challenge. Which sounds natural? A, look the report. B, look at the report. The answer is B. Native speakers almost always use look at. Tell us in the comments if you've ever made that mistake.
Now let's move to see. And here's something many learners don't realize. See often means notice or understand, not just use your eyes.
Exactly. Listen to these examples. I saw an interesting update from the company this morning. Did you see the reaction when they announced the new policy? I can see why customers are frustrated. That last example is especially important. Nobody's physically looking at frustration. They're understanding the reason behind it.
That's why native speakers constantly say, I see what you mean. I can see why. Oh, I see. These expressions aren't really about vision. They're about understanding.
Here's a quick comparison. Look at the sales numbers. You're directing attention. I can see why sales increased. You're understanding the result. That's a huge difference.
Now let's talk about watch, and this is where many learners finally understand the entire system. Watch means paying attention over time, usually because something is changing, moving, or developing.
For example, we've been watching the housing market closely. The manager watched how the candidate answered difficult questions. Investors are watching inflation data carefully. Notice something interesting. None of these examples involve television, yet they sound completely natural.
That's because watch isn't really about screens. It's about ongoing attention. You're observing something as it develops.
And of course, that's why we say, watch a movie, watch a football game, watch a presentation. All of those require attention over time.
Now let's put everything together. Imagine your company launches a new product.
Your boss says, take a look at the customer feedback. That's look. Attention is being directed. A few days later, you say, I can see why customers are concerned. That's see. You're understanding something. Then your team says, we're watching customer behavior closely. That's watch. You're monitoring changes over time.
Look, see, watch. 3 different purposes, 1 simple rule.
Here's a speaking challenge. Repeat these sentences. Take a look at the proposal. I can see why people love it. We're watching the market closely. If those feel natural, you're already improving your English.
Now let's talk about some common mistakes.
Mistake number 1, wrong. I'm seeing Netflix. Correct. I'm watching Netflix. Why? Because you're paying attention over time. Mistake number 2, wrong. Look this chart. Correct. Look at this chart. Remember, look usually needs at. Mistake number 3, wrong. I'm watching why customers are unhappy. Correct. I can see why customers are unhappy because you're understanding, not observing over time.
Ready for a final quiz? Choose the correct sentence. I watched an interesting article this morning. B, I saw an interesting article this morning.
The answer is B. You noticed it. You didn't watch it. Next one, fill in the blank. blank at how quickly the market recovered.
The answer is look. Look at how quickly the market recovered.
And one more. We've been blank competitor activity closely.
The answer is watching, because it's an ongoing process. Great job! Let's review the simple rule you'll never forget. Look means direct your attention. See means notice or understand. Watch means pay attention over time.
And here's our final question. Which one used to confuse you the most? Look, see, or watch? Tell us in the comments.
And if you enjoyed today's lesson, don't forget to subscribe for more practical English that native speakers actually use.
Thanks for learning with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep improving. See you next time.